Okay, this is Christophe CLugston here to talk about the Language Igniter to get you to fluency. We're talking about languages, foreign language learning. Now, most people who are listening to me, are probably interested in Spanish. That is the largest language in the world that most people try to learn, especially English speakers. In North America, that is the most popular second language to learn. First language would be your mother language, and if you're listening to me, that's probably English. I'm speaking quickly, so I'm trying to basically talk to native speakers of English right now. And you might want to learn French or Italian. Those are big languages below Spanish, or Japanese even, or German, or maybe Swahili, Kiswahili as it's really known. Anyway, I have created several products that you may know about that are really tools to increase the volume method, which is 100% rave reviews on that. And then the Fluency book, which it delves into more coverage of different techniques you may not know about. You may not know about Losanov. You may not know about TPR storytelling, or it's been changed to a different name now, but it's the same process. You may not know about that. You may not know about the silent method. You may not actually know about Pimsleur's real research and that sort of thing. That's covered in there, the pros and cons of those, looking at the audiolingual method, which is used ostensibly by the United States Army, called the Army method before. It's really operant conditioning methods that were used. The book covers all that, gives you a lot of things. So that's the Fluency method, the CLugston Fluency method. The volume method is very intense. That was, I've talked about in many other places, something I discovered by talking to the East Germans who had told me about their language learning in school, and this was applied parts of that for self-learning. It was never actually meant as self-learning, but it can work as self-learning. Now, for those people who are trying to get to fluency, and I'm not talking about just the tourist people who want to say, cerveza, ¿dónde están los servicios? You know, that's nothing. A lot of people want to say, yeah, I can speak Spanish. You're not speaking Spanish. You're repeating things like a parrot. But anyway, and to forget those YouTube gurus who want to make mistakes and don't really have any background, I got to cover my credentials. You know, I have a MA in linguistics. I'm published academically. I'm a certified secondary and elementary teacher, actually, in several languages in the United States. I also have a what do you call a Trinity diploma for teaching English as a foreign language. That's one of the languages that I've taught, and I've conducted things in my primary business, which is self-protection. I've conducted that in 3 different languages, and so I have background in that. What you want to know that's going to be is how well I can teach you. Well, that's one of the things that I do extremely well, and you can see the rave reviews for my self-protection, for example, and I have testimonials for people who've done the volume method, who've done nothing. But to create it more personally, I started back at the beginning of the year of 2019, I started putting out the Igniter method, which is one-on-one sessions with me through video. And then later you get to have Skype. We have Skype conversations. Once you pass session 20, and I have made more sessions because a lot of people found this was very intense and they really couldn't keep up. It was originally 6 weeks. Now it's 9 or 10 weeks. It depends. But you have 24 sessions. But to get to the past the 20th session, you must do work and you must turn it in. This isn't for slackers or people. Actually, before that, you have to show me that you're progressing, because this isn't about you playing around. I don't care about people playing around. I'm trying to help those people who really want to make progress, and that's what I've been very effective and efficient at doing. Now let's talk about some things. So for language learning, I charge $50 a session. So if you were to do 24 sessions, you're talking $1,200 US just for that. And then there's 4 other sessions that on top of that, that would be $200, that are the Skype things. So, and that's feedback with more than just me sometimes, but it depends. But you got to get to session 20 and pass session 20. So it's sort of like that gaming process. Now you're locked out of the next level if you don't do the work, and you'll fall behind if you don't do the work before that. But at a level session 20, if you haven't done the work, you're done. You're finished. You don't get the last 4, which are extremely difficult, but very, very influential and progressive methods of getting you better in the language. So I want you to be aware of that. I don't want slackers. I don't want dullards. There is no backing out. You do this and you will get better. That's just how it is, because I know what I'm doing. It's sequential, it's structured, it's scientific, and it works on things that have been used and done by governments, governmental agencies, primarily the military, and also things such as the foreign diplomats, diplomatic corps. So they have to produce results. Missionaries also have to produce results. These people, they don't talk about things. They don't play around with things. They're not tourists. They have to be able to communicate. They have to be able to do what they want to do in the second language. And that's what I will teach you how to do. Now, I'm expecting you to come in with about an intermediate level. Now, intermediate level may be higher than what you think it is, but it's an intermediate level. This is not for just beginners. If you're just a beginner, start out with my volume method, then graduate. When you get through the volume method, boom, you're ready for this, because the volume method is incredible. So if you do the volume method first and then you do this, you'll really be doing something if you get through it now, of course. So I want to tell you, so this is a $1,450 value if you were to pay me to do this one-on-one with you, but I've set this up. I already got the videos made. There's 24 sessions. This is about the instruction, not about the bells and whistles, not about whiteboards, not about doing that. I'd have to raise the price if I were to have professional video editing coming in and putting software on it. This is just about you with the instruction, because the results are what matter. And I've always gotten results in whatever I've done. It's self-protection, self-defense. You know, I'm a subject matter expert for military and contractors. I have to get results. And with language, I've always done the same thing too. Everyone who's done by method will tell you they got results. It is not easy. None of the things that I give you are easy, but they will get results, and that's what matters, right? If you want to become fluent, you got to get results. You got to come up better. So that's all there. So what's going to happen for those people who are truly motivated, those people who really want to become fluent, who really want to get rid of the stumbling block? Because the number one stumbling block is processing speed. That's it. I'm giving away something here, processing speed. You may know the second language grammatically. You may know what you're supposed to do. You may know some vocabulary, but you cannot access it quickly enough to answer. Just like small children, they're learning the first language. Their replies to your questions are slow. They search, they stumble. They are not as eloquent as you are as when you're an adult, but that's what happens because you have a primary language and you use that quite a bit. And a lot of people don't understand that. You have to use overlearning. Another thing. So I've told you, stumbling block, processing speech. So there are things, there are ways that I will cure that with your, and that's the major fault right here. We cure that, we get that going. You're going to just see yourself double, triple, and exponentially explode with your ability. Then if I can get you to increase your lexicon, which is another problem, that will really do something. And those two things are the major things that are covered in the Igniter. There are more later. You can talk to me about doing one-on-one with me later. But right now, that's what you have to do, because I want people who are serious, who are motivated. And what is all this going to cost you? Well, if you get below this video, you'll see the link to the language-busters.com site, and that will give you the value at $1,450. It's not even half of that. It's going to be $179, but you got to do it now, and you got to take care of it, and you got to promise yourself that you want to become better. Okay, so this is Christophe CLugston, also known as the Power Linguist, letting you know that you can become better, you can become more fluent, and you can cure those problems with processing speed and increasing your lexicon. All right, I hope to see you in my Language Igniter course. See ya.